Welcome everyone to rainy Seattle, Washington, where the Broncos open up their new season against the Washington Huskies. We played this tough Husky team last year in the Las Vegas Motors Bowl and fell 38-7. Hopefully under a new coach and with a different direction, we can have a different result this year. But without further ado, let's get this season started. C.T. Thomas is back deep to return, and he will be able to take this one up. At his own 5, up the middle, Thomas gets met at around the 25. After the return, the offense takes the field, and Bachmeier hands the ball off to Helani. Helani is met immediately in the backfield, and that is not the start the Broncos wanted. With second and long now, the Broncos look to pass. Bachmeier drops back. Has all day, but no one's open, and he is met immediately. Oh, not a good start for this Broncos offense. With the true freshman quarterback, the Broncos will look to lean heavily on the run game. However, the pass here is deflected by Kyler Gordon, and the Broncos will punt. After a solid return, the Huskies will take over on offense at the Bronco 40. They are led by star quarterback Jacob Eason, who has the potential to be a first-round pick. They look to pass here. It is a screen to Aaron Fuller, only a gain of 2. Hopefully this Bronco defense has a better start, as we're going to need it if we have any chance of beating this team. Hunter Bryant comes in motion, the all-pro tight end. Eason drops back to pass. The pass to Fuller. It's going to be close. He is met right at the marker, and it is 4th and inches. Instead of going for the field goal, head coach Jimmy Lake has kept the offense out. They only need a couple inches, and Eason drops back to pass and finds Hunter Bryant. First down, Huskies. A bold call by the Huskies coaching staff early on in this game, but nonetheless it pays off. Eason hands off to Ahmed, and he is met immediately by Chase Weaver, and he will lose 2 on the play. Third and long now for the Washington offense. Eason drops back to pass. Has all day. Looks deep, and he has his man, Andre Basilia. 28-yard touchdown for the junior. Oh, this is just a blown coverage by the defense here. Basilia just runs straight, and Williams does not get back in time. Hopefully we have a much more productive drive than the last one, and it's nice to see Bachmeier back in at quarterback after being shaken up on the last drive. Bachmeier drops the pass. He's got time. He gets it to Bates, who can't hang on. Bachmeier's going to need more help from his receivers, especially if he can't get the run game going. He drops back to pass here, hit as he throws, and he finds Hightower, a 22-yard reception. I'm not even sure if that route was intended for Hightower, but nonetheless, they hand the ball off to Helani here, and he is met in the backfield, and he only can muster up a gain of 1. We really need the offensive line to get a better push, especially to give our young quarterback some help. Bachmeier throws it to Shakir, and his first catch of the day is for 10. Very nice. The Broncos go 5 wide here, and Bachmeier looks to pass. Has time. Looks, finds his man Shakir. Shakir musters his way up to the 20. Hard fought 9 yards. On 3rd and 1, we bring in the I formation. We've struggled to run all day, and Helani met at the line and barely manages to get the first. The Broncos have actually moved the ball fairly well in this drive, and they bring in another heavy formation. They give to Helani. Helani struggling, misses a hole, but manages to get 3. 3rd down now for the Broncos. Bachmeier looks to pass. Sets up the screen. Finds Mahone. Mahone barely misses the defender and barrels his way forward for the first down. A gain of 6. We don't usually see Mahone in that situation, but nonetheless, he picked up the yards when he needed to. 1st and goal now for the Broncos. Bachmeier likes the ball. Looks to pass. Finds Thomas, and Thomas gets in for the touchdown. There it is, the first touchdown of the young quarterback's career, and a great route by Thomas, and the Broncos tie it up. After an excellent Boise drive, let's see if the Huskies can respond. Eason drops back, has good protection, and finds his man, Otten, the backup tight end, for a gain of 9. With a new set of down, the Huskies take over, and Eason hands the ball off to Ahmed, who has some room and keeps fighting, powering his way for a solid gain of 6. 2nd and 4 now for the Huskies. The Broncos look like they're bringing some pressure. Eason, toss to Ahmed. If he gets a block, this could be trouble. He gets it. Ahmed has Green at the 40, the 30, and Walker is able to knock him out. The Broncos have done a fairly good job of keeping Ahmed contained. However, he's busted off some long ones and has another big hole and gains 7 more. The Huskies have been very run-oriented this drive, and Ahmed will get the ball again. And he is met, but yet manages to fall forward and gets another 7 yards. 2nd and 5 now for the Huskies, who are threatening to score once again. Eason, handoff. No, it's an option. He takes it and walks in untouched. A great call here by the Huskies. With the run game being so dominant on this drive, the Broncos chased, and Eason was able to walk in untouched. The Broncos will open this drive at their own 20. They go 4 wide with 1 back. Bachmeier, fake draw to Holani, throws, has Hightower, who makes a great adjustment on the ball. And with that, we're already in the second quarter of play here at Husky Stadium. Bachmeier hands the ball to Holani. Holani has a hole and manages to power his way for the first down. It's nice to see the run game starting to come alive here. The Broncos need that if they're going to win. Bachmeier to pass. Finds Shakir, who looks like, he stays in bounds, and gets pushed out for a gain of 7. I'm very impressed with Bachmeier's performance so far. He's not forcing anything and taking what the defense gives him. Changing the play at the line, Bachmeier hands the ball off to Holani. Holani has a hole. He's at the 40, and he gets shoved out. 1st and 10 now for the Broncos at the Huskies 40. Robert Mahone checks in, and he gets the ball. Doesn't do much with it though, only getting about a yard. 3rd and 9 now for the Broncos. They need a couple yards if they want to attempt this field goal. Bachmeier to pass. Has Thomas, who is met immediately, and he will come up about 2 yards short. That brings out the field goal unit, and Eric Sasha will attempt his first kick of the year. The kick is up, and it is no good. Looks like it was short of all things. Wow. With the missed field goal attempt, the Huskies take over at their own 30. Bryant goes in motion. Eason to pass. Looking, has a man deep, and it's picked off! Nauheim! Great play, and that is just what the Broncos needed. Well, definitely more of a run stopper here. Nauheim shows off his ball hawking skills with a great play on the ball. Eason never saw it. After the interception, the Broncos take over right where they left off last drive. They bring in the fullback and give to Holani, who gets a nice hole and manages to find his way for 7 yards. 2nd and short for Boise now. Hightower goes in motion. Bachmeier drops back, throws it immediately to Hightower, and picks up the first down. While it may not have been a fancy play, Bachmeier is doing whatever he needs to do to move the chains. A very impressive debut so far for the true freshman. He looks to pass here on 2nd down, and finds Thomas, who can't hang on. This brings up 3rd down now for the Broncos. Bachmeier to throw. Has a man, and it's picked off! And Taylor returns the favor. And Bachmeier with his first pick of the game. A great read by the corner Taylor here, and he cuts off the route and makes Bachmeier pay. The Broncos have to limit turnovers if they have any chance of winning this game. Vasilia goes in motion. They fake the sweep. They hand to Ahmed, and he powers his way forward for a gain of 5. At their own 28, can the Broncos get a stop? Eason. They set up the screen. The pass is completed to Ahmed, who manages to get the first down. A new set of downs now for the Huskies. Eason fakes the pass to Ahmed. It's another screen, this time to Fuller. Fuller, he's got room at the 50, the 45, and he's pushed out by Nauheim. Some creative play calling for the Huskies here in the second. Eason hands the ball off to Ahmed, and he is tackled in the backfield by Chase Weaver. Man, he is a difference maker. 2nd and long now for the Huskies. Eason to pass. Has time. All day, steps on the pocket, delivers to Aaron Fuller, a gain of 20. After the big gain, the Huskies take over at the Bronco 30. Eason tries to draw him off sides. Doesn't get it, but looks to pass. Everything's covered. He looks to run. He gets the outside, but he is met by Matt Locher. Sacked for 3 yards. 3rd and long now. The Broncos desperately need to stop. Eason desperately trying to get them with that hard count. Bryant goes in motion. Eason drops back to pass. Has time, delivers, and it is incomplete. The pass rush got him, and the Broncos hold. Very nice stand. Surprisingly, the Huskies elected to punt the ball here, so the Broncos take over at their own 20. Bachmeier, play action. Looking for the screen, doesn't have it, steps up, and is met in the backfield. He needs to get rid of that ball. The Broncos not doing themselves any favor, and they once again have 3rd and long. Play action to Holani. Bachmeier steps to the right, throws it deep, and is deflected by the senior corner, Miles Bryant. After a nice return, Washington will take over at midfield. They'll throw it here on 1st down. Eason delivers to McClatcher, who will have the first down. Oh, it's an absolutely rocked! Nice to see him bounce back up after that big hit. The Washington offense is clicking on all cylinders this first half, and Eason will throw it once more. He's got time, but is hit by the senior David Moa. They needed that. Eason changing the play at the line. He hikes the ball. They throw it once more. He's got time, finds Hunter Bryant down low. He's been relatively quiet today, but he picks up 8 there. This first half has flown by, and there's only a minute left on the clock for Washington. Eason throws it to Basilia. He picks up another first down, this time a gain of 11. Washington comes out 3 wide. Eason will throw the ball once again. He's got all day. He finds a wide open receiver. Andre Basilia, his second of the game. Roughly the same thing happens from the first touchdown. He merely runs right by him and Walker can't keep up. The Broncos desperately need some sort of points here if they want to keep this game close. Bachmeier will throw it, makes a great play to avoid a sack, tries to escape, but is met by that dangerous Husky front. This is just an example of Bachmeier trying to do too much, makes a great first move but should throw this ball away. The Broncos put themselves in a horrible position. Chase Cord checks in at quarterback after Bachmeier was shaken up after that big hit. Cord looks to throw and finds Butler, but he is well short of the first down. After the punt, the Huskies have time for one final play. Eason snaps the ball. They're looking deep. He throws it. It's up. And it is caught! Unbelievable he came down with that. I don't even know what to think here. He just launches it up here, and McClatcher, who's not the biggest receiver, comes down with it. But that's just sloppy play by the Broncos secondary. There's 5 white jerseys there. Knock that down. And with that, we head to halftime, and the Broncos are down 28-7. We knew this was going to be a tough matchup, but man, we have a lot of work to do if we're going to keep this competitive. After electing to defer, the Huskies will have the ball to start. Eason will throw it once again, and he finds Basilia, who's clearly been his favorite target today. Second and short now for this Husky offense. Eason, play action, and finds Bryant, who is met. No, he sheds the tackle and fights his way forward for a gain of 5. Eason has been very proficient throwing the football here today, throwing for over 200 yards. They return to the ground game here, though, to Ahmed, who tries to find the outside, but is met and tackled by the Bronco defense for a gain of 5. It would be very big for the Broncos if they were able to hold this high-octane offense here to the 3-and-out. They give to Ahmed, who finds a hole and manages to carve his way up the middle for a gain of 13. So much for that. Washington utilizing the no-huddle offense here, and Eason looks to pass. Locher's in his face, but he gets it off and is nearly picked off, but hauled in by Chico McClatcher. Another second and short for the Huskies. Eason to throw. Once again, Locher throws his man down and forces Eason to scramble. Eason gets it and gets crushed by linebacker Riley Wimpy. Oh boy, we don't want to see a quarterback take that hit. Eason did not get the first down, so that brings up 3rd down. Eason, read option. Has room, and he doesn't get it! What a play by the corner! Oh my goodness! I was mistaken. Eason's forward progress did give him the first, but after 2 quick incompletions, it is 3rd down again. They look to go deep. Eason chucks it up, and it is nearly picked off. Avery Williams, what a great play. This brings out the kicking unit, and Peyton Henry's kick is up, and it is short. Wow, no good. Both kickers struggling early in this game. The Broncos offense comes back out at their own 30. Chase Cord leads them out here. Hank Bachmeier is yet to return. Cord to pass. Finds Bates for a minimal gain of about 4. With Chase Cord in at quarterback, let's see how conservative the Broncos offense gets. George Halani gets the call, and he has a hole. He's at the 50, the 45, and is tripped up after a big gain of 15. Not a great day for the Broncos offense, as the Huskies nearly double their yardage. They give to Mahone, who powers forward for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 now for Cord in the offense. The snap. Cord looks to pass. Has time and finds C.T. Thomas over the middle for a gain of 10. Very nice play. First down now. Cord is 3 for 4 in relief. He hands the ball off to Halani, who has a huge hole and manages to gain 8 more yards. Where was this the first half? I formation for the Broncos here on 2nd down. They keep it on the ground and give it to Mahone, who manages just enough and gets the first down. The Broncos have entered the red zone, and Cord drops back to pass. Has time, and now he doesn't. He is crushed and sacked for a loss of 8. 3rd and long with both kickers struggling. Let's see if they can get more room. It's a screen. Halani catches the ball, but can't muster up much and just gets back to the line of scrimmage. This brings up about a 44-yard field goal. Saché's kick, and he pulls it left. No good. If the Broncos convert on all their field goal attempts and turn those into touchdowns, this is a much different game. But Eason throws and finds Basilia again for another gain of 10. Basilia by far has been Eason's favorite target today, and he drops back to pass once again. He's looking deep, and he has a man. That's Aaron Fuller, who sheds his tackle, stays on his feet, and falls out of bounds at the 20. The Broncos catch a break there. Minus the 2 deep touchdowns to Basilia. The deep ball has not been there, but Eason throws once again. He sets up the screen and has Hunter Bryant, who is met and tackled for a loss of 3. The previous tackle was made by Chris Mitchell, who's having himself a decent little game statistically. Eason to pass. Checks it down to Met, who is nailed by Wimpy once again. With that last reception, the Huskies find themselves again in the red zone. Eason looking to throw. Locher drops his man, and Eason's forced to throw it away. In a shocking turn of events, a team was actually able to convert a field goal attempt in this game. But anyways, the Broncos start this drive with Cord looking to throw, and throws it to his fullback, Pistone. He manages to get 5 yards before he's knocked out of bounds. Second and short, Cord throwing again. This time checks us down to Shakir and gets the first down. Cord in the offense with the ball at the 35. Cord, good protection. Looking deep, and it is nearly picked off. Keith Taylor with the play. Third and long again, and the Broncos desperately need some life here. Cord throws it to Bates, who's open for a big gain of 20 yards. It was a weird route run by Bates there. After the big catch by Bates, the offense takes over in Huskies territory. Cord will throw. Has great protection again and checks it down once more to C.T. Butler, who will only manage to pick up about 6. We begin the fourth quarter now, and every passing second, the Broncos' chances at coming back are shortened. Cord throws this pass and is incomplete, intended for C.T. Butler. Second down now from the Huskies' 30-yard line. Cord drops back to pass. Has a man, but overthrows him. What seems to be a recurring theme, third and long for the Broncos here. The pocket collapses. Cord throws and finds C.T. Thomas. First down, Broncos. If the Broncos have any prayer of winning this game, they desperately need a touchdown here. Cord will throw it once again and hits Bates, who manages to truck over the corner and fall forward for 7 yards. From the Washington 10-yard line, Cord will throw the ball here. Pocket collapsing, scrambles to the outside, looking deep, checks it down to Bates, and Bates manages to fall forward, but not enough for the first down. 4th and 1, the Broncos bring in the big boys and hand it off to Helani, who is met at the line but falls forward for 3 yards. A bold call considering how they've run the ball today. From the Huskies' 3-yard line, 1st and goal for the Broncos. Cord, play action to Mahone, looking deep, finds a man, it's Collingham, the backup tight end, who stumbles backwards, oh my goodness. After somehow managing to lose 4 yards on that play, the offense comes back out and hands the ball off to Mahone. Mahone has a hole and manages to make up all the yards back and then some. 3rd and goal from the 1. We're about to see some old-fashioned football. Mahone gets the carry, and they manage to score. Touchdown, Broncos. A great push by the offensive line here, and Mahone walks in. Despite being up big, the Huskies still have their starters in the game. Eason drops back to pass, slips and almost falls, yet finds Hunter Bryant for a gain of about 5. From their own 40, Eason has the ball. There's pressure coming, and he is sacked at the 30. Marquise Evans. They bring the corner, and Eason never saw it. 3rd and long. Let's see if the Broncos can get a stop. Bryant goes in motion. Eason drops back, throws it up, and it's picked off! Avery Williams! However, it might be too little too late, but what a play by the junior corner. Despite not being the biggest corner on the team, Williams plays big here and turns his head at the right time to pick that ball off. With the interception by Williams, the Broncos take over at around midfield. Cord to pass. Has time and throws into a tight window to Bates, who manages to plow his way forward for 20 yards. 1st and 10 from the Husky 25. They go 3 wide. Cord drops back, passes, and it's nearly picked off. What a game Keith Taylor's had. 2nd and 10 now for this anemic Broncos offense. Cord looks to pass. Finally throws it, and it's deflected here, this time by Kyler Manu. After 2 straight incompletions, Cord and the offense are now 3rd and long. Cord throws it up, and this time he's picked off by Trent McDuffie, and that's just gonna about do it for us here. You know, we wanted to see where we stood, and we found out real quick. There was not much we could do offensively against this team, and defensively we just gave them too many options. Doesn't help when your starting quarterback gets hurt early in the game, but I think Bachmeier as a true freshman played fairly well. We could not stop anything on the ground, and our rushing attack did absolutely nothing all game to help our quarterbacks out. Receiving-wise, C.T. Thomas did some nice things, and our tight end, Johnny Bates, made some nice plays as well. Defensively, there wasn't too much to take hold of, but Matt Locher, as a rotational piece, had a very good game. Here's a look at the Week 1 recruiting board. Nothing too out of the ordinary, going really heavy for Darren Johnson and the 2 receiving tight ends to really add a boost to our offense, as well as some offensive line pieces that we could really use. The best thing we can do is put this game behind us, as next week we have another tough game against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Please tune in next time, guys, and we hope for a better outcome. Please like, comment, subscribe, and as always, take care.